Good morning, welcome back to the channel where today I am doing my Match Week 4 Champions League group stage predictions. Now the group stages are well underway, we're halfway there now, so there's only 3 more game weeks until basically the quarterfinal draw, the last 16 draw is made. So yeah, let's just dive into the fixtures. And first, so obviously the fixtures that we have, there's 2 early games. There are 2 early games tonight, which are as follows: Barcelona against Slavia Prague, and then we've got Zenit against Leipzig. Both of them are 5:55 kickoffs. And then the 8 o'clock games tonight, we've got Napoli against Salzburg, Liverpool against Genk, Borussia Dortmund against Inter Milan. That will be a very, very good game, actually. That will be a very good game. So that should be a good one to sit down to. Lyon against Benfica, Chelsea against Ajax, and then Valencia against Lille. So that takes care of Tuesdays. And then tomorrow we've got Bayern Munich against Olympiacos, the first match for Bayern Munich without Niko Kovac, who was sacked yesterday. So that's a very, very interesting. Sunday he was sacked. And then obviously we've got Lokomotiv Moscow against Juventus. Those are 5:55 kickoffs as well. And then we've got PSG against Club Brugge, Real Madrid against Galatasaray, Red Star Belgrade against Tottenham, Dinamo Zagreb against Shakhtar Donetsk, Atalanta against Manchester City, Bayer Leverkusen against Atletico Madrid. So the first match of the day tonight is Barcelona against Slavia Prague. Now Barcelona have drawn 1 and won 2, whereas Slavia Prague have drawn and lost the last 2. Now obviously the last time that these two played, it was a 3-1 win to Barcelona, and it was quite a... No, sorry, it was 2-1. It was 2-1 that Barcelona won in the end. And, I expect Barcelona to win. They lost against Levante, so obviously they'll want to bounce back from that. I fully expect Barcelona to win this one. I'm going for a very comfortable 3-0 win to Barcelona, just because obviously it's at the new camp. I think it'll be a very, very easy game for Barcelona, I'm surprised that Valverde is still there, I must admit. So be interesting to see what happens there. But I think Barcelona will be far too strong for Slavia Prague. I'm going for a 3-0 win to Barcelona. Zenit against RB Leipzig now. This is a very interesting one. So Zenit have drawn 1, won 1 and lost 1. So kind of getting there. Leipzig have won 2 and lost 1. So obviously the last time Leipzig won this one against Zenit, it has to be said that going away to Russia, Zenit is a really, really hard place to go. I think Leipzig will be probably going through in this group. However, I do think that Zenit can win tonight. I think Zenit can get another win. And it makes it very interesting because obviously Leipzig are on 6 points, Zenit are on 3, and then obviously you have Benfica, and who's the other one? I can't even remember. So I think Zenit will win this one. I'm going for a 2-1 win to Zenit against RB Leipzig, but I think it's a very interesting group to look at, so it'll be very, very interesting to see what happens there. But I'm going for a 2-1 win to Zenit St. Petersburg. So that is the 5:55 games taken care of. Now we have Napoli against Salzburg. Now Napoli have won 2, drawn 1, so they are on 7 points. Salzburg have won 1 and lost the last 2. So has to be said that obviously Napoli will look at this one thinking that they can win this one, especially because obviously the next one is at Anfield against Liverpool, and that could be a game that decides who finishes top of that group. But for this game, obviously Naples is a very, very hard place to go to at any time, and I fully expect Napoli to win this one. I do think Salzburg will make it difficult for them. I'm going for a 2-1 win to Napoli here. I just think Napoli will be far too strong for Salzburg. Yeah, I'm putting Napoli to win that one by 2-1. Liverpool against Genk. Now, obviously, Liverpool have lost one. They've won twice. Genk have lost twice and drawn one. And actually, Genk was the one that they drew with Napoli, so that was a big surprise in that one. Has to be said, I think everyone's expecting Liverpool to win tonight. Will Liverpool rest a few players? That's another thing, because obviously they have the big game against Manchester City coming up at the weekend. So would you expect them to make some changes? I think you probably will see some changes. I think you might see some changes in the midfield. I think you might see some changes at the back as well. But Liverpool do have to win, and I just think Genk are going to Anfield. They're not doing very well in their respective league. So I think Liverpool will win this one. I think the last game between the sides was obviously 4-1 to Liverpool. It was much open, that game. I expected this to be the same, but you cannot back against Liverpool at Anfield. So I'm going for a very comfortable, and I do actually think Liverpool can get a couple of goals for this one. I'm going Liverpool 5, Genk 0, but that is more optimism than anything else. But for me, I think Liverpool will win this one. I'm going for a very comfortable 5-0 win against Genk. Borussia Dortmund against Inter Milan. Now, obviously, Borussia Dortmund have drawn one, won one, and lost one, where Inter Milan have drawn, lost, and won. So, yeah, you can kind of see where this is going. Obviously, Dortmund doing well in Bundesliga, Inter Milan doing really well in Serie A. Obviously, Inter Milan won the last game against Dortmund. That was a 2-0 win in Internazionale in the San Siro. Because obviously it's away, I'm at Dortmund. You cannot really back against Dortmund at home. So I'm going for Dortmund to win this one. And I'm going for a 2-1 win to Borussia Dortmund. It's a very interesting group in that one, because obviously that's the group with Barcelona, Slavia, Prague, Borussia Dortmund and Inter Milan. So it'll be a very interesting game. But for me, going for Borussia Dortmund to win this one by 2-1. Lyon against Benfica. Lyon, that was the other one. Lyon, Benfica. Obviously, Lyon have drawn one, won one, and lost one, whereas Benfica have lost twice and won one. So obviously, I have a feeling that this is going to be a bit of a surprise. This one, I don't think many people are expecting Lyon to lose this one, but Benfica, I know they've not had a very good start, but at the moment, I have a feeling that they might pull a rabbit out of the hat, and I think they could win this one. I'm actually going to go for a 1-0 win to Benfica, believe it or not. But I mean, looking at this, most people are expecting Lyon to win this one, but that would be a very surprising result if Benfica went to Lyon and won. But I have a feeling they might do. So I'm sticking with my prediction. I'm going for a 1-0 win to Benfica in that one, and that'll be very interesting indeed. And now obviously we move to Chelsea against Ajax, another very interesting game. Obviously Chelsea have lost one, that was against Valencia, but they've won the last two, and obviously they won in Ajax the last time. That was a 1-0 win as well. So Chelsea very strong at home, really good at home. Ajax not so good away, but it has to be said that I reckon that they could probably. I think Chelsea will win this one. I've just got a feeling Chelsea are doing really well in this Champions League. I think they have surprised a lot of people with the way they have been playing, and especially with the transfer ban that they've had as well. I just think Chelsea will win this one, and quite comfortable as well. I'm going for Chelsea 2, Ajax 0. And does that mean Chelsea could possibly win the group? That remains to be seen, but obviously they still have to go to the Mestalla as well, so that could be very interesting indeed. And Valencia against Lille is the last game in this one, and obviously Valencia have won one, lost one, and drawn one. Lille lost, and drawn. So I think everyone's expecting Valencia to win this one for sure. I think there's no doubt about it. I think Lille. I think they are the kind of whipping boys of the group, I'm afraid to say. But I fancy Valencia to win this one. I think Valencia will probably win. I know they drew the last time against Lille, but It's at the Mestalla. The Mestalla is a very, very hard place to go to at any time. So I think Valencia will win this one by 2-0 against Lille. So that takes care of the Tuesday games. Now we move on to the Wednesday games, which is Bayern Munich against Olympiacos. Now Bayern Munich have won all 3 games. Olympiacos have drawn 1 and lost the last 2. But obviously this is the first game that Bayern Munich will be playing without Niko Kovac, who was sacked after the 5-1 defeat to Eintracht Frankfurt at the weekend. That was absolutely shocking. Especially you're a club of Bayern Munich and you go to places like that and lose 5-1. Unbelievable. Olympiacos, they're going pretty well in the Greek league as well. So I fancy Bayern Munich here because it's at the Allianz Arena. It could be any score for me, but I'm going to be very, very conservative. I'm going 3-0 to Bayern Munich. I don't think Bayern Munich would be far, far too strong for Olympiacos. Going for a 3-0 win to Bayern Munich. Lokomotiv Moscow against Juventus. Now, Lokomotiv Moscow have won 1, lost 2. Juventus have drawn 1 and won the last 2. Obviously, Juventus going really well in Serie A, but you would expect them to. Lokomotiv Moscow going okay in Russia as well, but very, very hard place to go to in Russia. But you cannot back against Juventus. Juventus are looking really, really good at the moment, and I'm going for an away win here. Juventus to win this one by 3-1. PSG against Club Brugge. Now, PSG have won all 3 games. Club Brugge have drawn 2 and lost 1. I think everyone is probably expecting PSG to go through in this group. I don't think many people would have expected Real Madrid to have struggled in this group. So obviously PSG can get their way to the next round if they win tonight. So I think they will do that. I think it'll be a very, very comfortable win for PSG. Going for another 3-0 win, but that could be any score for me as well. So, but I'm going for a 3-0 win to PSG. Real Madrid against Galatasaray. Now, Real Madrid have lost 1, drawn 1, and won 1, and Galatasaray have drawn 1, lost 1, lost 2 as well. So, yeah, I think obviously with Real Madrid losing to PSG, then obviously drawing with Club Brugge at home, and obviously going to Galatasaray and winning, I think Real Madrid will be too strong for Galatasaray. Yeah, I think Real Madrid will probably win this one, but they don't seem to be keeping clean sheets at the moment, Real Madrid. So I'm going for Galatasaray to get 1, but I think Real Madrid will be too strong for Galatasaray. I'm going for a 3-1 win to Real Madrid in that one. Red Star Belgrade against Tottenham. Now, Red Star Belgrade have lost twice, but they've won against Olympiacos. Tottenham have drawn 1, lost to Bayern Munich, and won 1 as well, and they beat Red Star pretty comprehensively 5-0 in London as well. But Tottenham just need a win. They definitely need a win because obviously their last win was in the Champions League. They go away to Belgrade now. Liverpool lost 2-0 to Belgrade last time out. Very, very hard place to go to. I think Tottenham could actually suffer a surprise defeat here. I'm going for an upset here. I just think that Tottenham can lose in Belgrade, and I'm actually going to go for a 2-1 win to Red Star. I think it'll be a very, very hard game for Tottenham. But for me, I think Red Star can win this one. I'm going for a 2-1 win to Red Star Belgrade. Now we move to Manchester City's group, and Dinamo Zagreb against Shakhtar. Now, Dinamo Zagreb won 1, lost 1 and drawn 1. Shakhtar have lost 1, won 1 and drawn 1. So both of these sides on 3 points. I think many people are expecting this to be a draw, but for me, Shakhtar are probably the better team at the moment. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Shakhtar, but don't be surprised if that ends in a draw. Would not be surprised by that at all. So we'll see what happens for that one. Atalanta against Manchester City. Now, Atalanta have lost all 3 games. Manchester City have won all 3 games. Will Man City be able to afford to rest players ahead of the Liverpool clash on Sunday? Yeah, they probably will. They probably will. But they'll be too strong for Atalanta. They really, really will. I think Man City will win this one pretty comfortably, in all honesty. Going for a 2-0 win to Manchester City, and that would book their place in the next round for sure. So, going to be a very, very interesting game, that one. But Man City will be far, far too strong for this one. And the final game to preview is Bayer Leverkusen against Atletico Madrid. Bayer Leverkusen have lost all 3 games. Atletico Madrid have drawn 1 and won 2. So obviously, if Atletico Madrid win tonight, then they will go through. Bayer Leverkusen, obviously, they've had a torrid time of it recently. Atletico Madrid going really well in the Champions League. I have to say that Atletico Madrid, I would expect them to win this one, and if they do win, then they go through, like I've said. So I'm going for a 2-0 win to Atletico Madrid, and that would probably see Bayer Leverkusen out of the Champions League. So it'll be very, very interesting to see that one. But for me, I'm going for Bayer Leverkusen 0, Atletico Madrid 2. So that is it. That is my Champions League match week 4 predictions. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of my predictions, and whether you think I'm wrong or anything as well. So I'll just quickly go through my predictions again, very, very quickly. So I'm going for Barcelona 3, Slavia Prague 0, Zenit 2, Leipzig 1, Napoli 2, Salzburg 1, Liverpool 5, Genk 0, Borussia Dortmund 2, Inter Milan 1, Lyon 0, Benfica 1, Chelsea 2, Ajax 0, Valencia 2, Lille 0, Bayern Munich 3, Olympiacos 0, Lokomotiv Moscow 1, Juventus 3, PSG 3, Club Brugge 0, Real Madrid 3, Galatasaray 1, Red Star Belgrade 2, Tottenham 1, Dinamo Zagreb 1, Shakhtar 2, Atalanta 0, Manchester City 2, and Bayer Leverkusen 0, Atletico Madrid 2. So that concludes my Champions League predictions. I will leave a template of these fixtures in the comment section, in the description below, and copy and paste and join in if you would like to as well. So that's match week 4 done and dusted, and we'll see what happens for these games, and yeah, we shall see what happens. So thank you very much for watching this video, and if this is the first video that you like, then please subscribe to my channel. That'd be fantastic, and leave a like, leave a comment, do whatever you like. So yeah, we shall see what happens in the Champions League, and good luck to the British contingent of Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea and Manchester City, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, so some tricky games, especially Red Star against Tottenham. I think Tottenham may have a struggle in Belgrade, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back very, very soon with some more videos. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.